Hey everyone, it's time for mini lesson. Today in mini lesson, we're going to continue with what you already started in number talk, talking about fractions. So as we get started, we are going to be looking at how fractions can also be represented on number lines, and improper fractions and mixed numbers can be represented as well using a number line. We're going to talk about how we can plot those improper fractions and mixed numbers today. Just as a quick review, remember mixed numbers are when we have a whole number plus a fraction, which is the extra pieces that are less than one whole. And then an improper fraction is when the numerator is larger than the denominator, so the fraction is actually equal to a number that's greater than one whole. So we're going to look at two different number lines today. On the bottom, you can see we've got mixed numbers. On the top, you can see at the bottom we've got improper fractions. On the top, we've got mixed numbers. So we can see that we're going up by fourths on the bottom, and we're also going up by 1/4 on the top. So these improper fractions down below are equal to the mixed number that's straight above it. So on the bottom, you see us counting by 1/4 up, using improper fractions. At the top, you see us counting up by 1/4 using mixed numbers. So you're going to help me today determine what fractions are missing from the number line. So as I go through this, I'm seeing 15/4, 16/4, 17/4, 18/4, 19/4, and then there's a skip, 21/4, 22/4, and 23/4. What do you think the fraction is that belongs in this missing spot? Go ahead and enter that into PlayPosit. Remember, when entering a fraction into PlayPosit, you're going to put the number, that's the numerator, then a slash, and then the denominator. Go ahead and do that now. If you said that you think it is 20/4, you're correct, because here we're counting up by fourths. Next, we're going to look at the mixed numbers, and these are also going up by 1/4, but we see the numbers being represented with mixed numbers. So here's 3 3/4. If we put another fourth of that, we get to 4. With another fourth, that's 4 1/4. Then we have a skip and 4 3/4. What mixed number do you think belongs inside this spot? Enter that into PlayPosit now. Remember, for mixed numbers, we put the whole number first, then a space, and the fraction for the extra pieces. So 1 would be the numerator. This is not correct. And the denominator goes on the other side of that slash. You'll enter the correct answer into PlayPosit now. Go ahead. All right, let's check. If you said 4 and 2/4, you are correct. Awesome job. The last blank here we have is at between 4 3/4 and 5 1/4. What do you think belongs here? If you said 5, you are correct, because 4 3/4, add another fourth to that, we get to 5. And one way we can check is 20/4 is equal to 5 wholes. So again, we can count by fourths, or we can look at the mixed number improper fraction to find what's equivalent to it. Let's look at one more together. Here, there are sixths. So there's 6 pieces in a whole, and I know that because there's a 6 in the denominator. So we've got 5/6 here. And these are all improper fractions again, and I know that. Except for this one is not an improper fraction because it's just a regular fraction. All of these are improper fractions, and I know that because the numerator is larger than the denominator, or equal to. So you'll see 5/6 is here both times because there's not a mixed number that's equal to 5/6, because 5/6 is less than 1 whole. 6/6 is 1 whole. 7/6 is 1 1/6. 8/6 is, what do you think belongs in this spot? Enter that into PlayPosit now. If you said 1 2/6, you are correct. And here's why. 1 2/6 is equivalent to 8/6. If I were to draw a picture of 8/6, it would be 1 2/6. And 1 1/6 plus another sixth is 1 2/6. Let's keep going. 9/6. What do you think goes here? Oh yeah, you're right. It's 10/6. Good. 11/6. What are the last two fractions here? What are the last two? Enter that into play, pause it. You'll put a space between the fractions because you're going to put two different fractions here. If you said 12/6 and 13/6, you are correct. So just as a number line with whole numbers, we can have number lines represent fractions, improper fractions, and mixed numbers. So as you work today in your math workshop, you are going to continue working with fractions today, mixed numbers, and improper fractions. So keep this in mind as another tool for you to use as you work with those different ideas. As you work today, remember to keep in mind our behaviors that support mathematicians. Remember that we need to make sure we are working the whole time, we're bringing our best, we're respecting our colleagues, and we're managing our time wisely. And then also, I want you to be thinking about this, because during reflection, I'm going to bring this question up again. What improper fraction is equivalent to 2 3/8? Remember, we have a strategy that we can use to help us when we're trying to go from an improper fraction to a mixed number, or a mixed number to an improper fraction. The very first thing that we do is draw a picture. So if you were to draw a picture of 2 3/8, what would the improper fraction be? We'll talk more about this during reflection today. See you in the next video. We're going to be heading into rotations, and you're going to have a ton of fun. See you later.